Hello everyone, and welcome to this video where I'm going to be sharing with you exactly how to create a just listed advertisement for your newest listing so you can start generating inbound leads and a potential buyer. So let's get into it. I'm going to be showing you exactly how to set up the ad, how to set up retargeting, and even some bonus features like how to set up some automated SMS and automated email. And if you're a little bit more advanced, how you can use a funnel to create this exact same process and get a little bit more information from that lead. So let's get started. So step number one is to find the listing that you're going to be advertising. So although I did say that you could use this for your listing, which is probably going to be the case for most of you, you can't always use other people's listings. You got to talk to them, make sure they're okay with it. But if you want to start generating some buyer leads, you can use this listing. And, in some cases, people that do click on these ads are already homeowners as well. So you just have to know how to, design the ad and design some of the questions to find out who those people are. So here I am just kind of in Los Angeles. I'm here in California. So I'm just kind of scrolling around, pretending I'm looking for a listing, right? So I'll just scroll around, see if I find something that'll make a really cool ad, and basically just kind of start the process. So I like this area, Irvine here. Let's see if we can get a nice home that is over, let's just say at least 800,000 is good, 900,000 is fine. Let's see if we can get a real nice ad photo here. Okay, so you can also go through the same process as well. Just go through your MLS, look at local listings, and see if there's any sort of homes that pop out to you that you want to advertise. And the cool thing too is, if you can find obviously a buyer for this property, then you're in for a nice commission here, especially if you get a nice property. So let's see. I don't want to spend too much time here, but I do want to find a nice house. This one looks pretty nice. Let's see if I can find one more with a good front photo here. I'm looking for a nice front photo. So let's see. I'll just pick this one just for the sake of time, and we'll use this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to save this image and save it to my computer. Okay. So if you go to Zillow, you're not going to be able to download the image. So what you're going to do is, like I said, you got to go to Redfin to actually save it. And I recommend just, you can really make this work with just one simple photo. But just in case you want to do what I'll show you in just a few minutes, you can just grab maybe an additional 2 photos just so we can create like a carousel ad. So we'll just grab this photo. This looks good. And then maybe just kind of the other main features like the kitchen. So we'll grab this photo. I think this one will actually do better in terms of an ad. And then lastly, we will just get maybe if there's a backyard or something like that with a pool. Let's just get this. Let's see. Yeah, so we can just grab this one. So we have 4 photos. I'm going to show you how to do it with just one, and it's going to work just as well, and it's easier. You don't have to, think about more photos, but that's what we need to do, right? So we need to get these 4 photos or so, and we're just going to leave this page open. That way we can actually, use the price and use the bedrooms and bathrooms for the ad, because you want to tell people, how much this thing costs and at least have it available to us. So now what we're going to do is go to our ads manager. So we're going to be using Facebook ads in this scenario, and we're going to click on create. So we're going to click create, and then we're going to go to lead generation. Okay. So now what you're going to do is you're going to do cold traffic, and then you're going to do lead generation. So this is just how I've decided to name my campaigns and my campaign structure. If you've seen some of my other videos, you'll probably recognize it. And I just take these, naming conventions that I've created, and I just literally copy and paste them from, my SOPs, my standard operating procedures. That way I'm never guessing. So this is actual, my exact process that we use internally to run ads for clients. So you can, see that I'm not just freestyling this. This is exactly what we would do. So then what I'm going to do is just do image number 1 and click continue. So what I did is I just named the type of traffic and then the type of campaign. And then this is just a naming convention that allows me to see, who we're targeting in terms of the age, even though this doesn't really change, what interests we're targeting, where we're targeting it, and then what the ad is inside of this ad set, because you can have multiple ads within the ad set, and where it's being placed. That way, if I wanted to do a test and see, which performs better, either this image or that image, or if I wanted to test the audience, I have a really easy way to measure this. So we're going to click continue. And now what we're going to do is go to categories, and we got to click housing. Okay, so anything related to listings, real estate, mortgage, loans, home evaluations, and even sometimes if you just take a photo and you're near a property or some sort of building, even if it's not related to real estate, it'll probably get flagged. So, especially if we're doing a listing, we got to click housing. We're going to make sure all this stuff is off. We don't need it. And then we're just going to click on next. And the next thing we're going to do is make sure that the lead method is instant forms. So this is a way for people to submit their information to learn more about this property instantly on Facebook. You're going to get a lot of leads. It's going to be a lot faster for you to generate leads. You don't have to worry about landing pages or setting up pixels and connecting domains. So this is a real simple way for you to do this, and it works really well in terms of just getting leads and just starting to get familiar with the process. So I'm going to choose my Facebook page here. That way everything's already, all my terms have been accepted. And so yeah, instant forms, got my name here. Going to make sure it's optimized for lead delivery here in terms of ad delivery. And for the budget, what you can do is you can do it a few different ways. So if you want to manually shut it off yourself, right? Let's just say, that you want to run this ad and you just want to, come in maybe 5 days later and turn it off, see what's happening, see what leads it's generating, and you don't want to set a specific constraint on it. Then you would just leave it at daily budget and just set that daily budget that would Facebook would spend. So a good little budget for a listing like this is $10 a day. You can even get away with $5, and especially if you're in other areas, other states where the price point isn't $2.5 million like here in Irvine, you can definitely spend $3, $4, $5 a day and even get leads. I remember one of our clients from Kansas was spending $1 a day, and I think he was getting leads at 60 cents. So some days he'd get 2 or 3 leads just because it's not 60 cents every single day. But I just remember I was so fascinated because here with our private clients, to get seller leads in California, you've got to be at least at $100 a day just to be competitive. So anyway, the reason I say that is, you can set that budget probably at $5 a day if you're wanting to play it really conservative. And, if you don't get any leads, if you do it lower than that, you probably needed to up it. So I would say $5 a day minimum. And then, if you want to go more, you can go more. So basically, in terms of this strategy, this is just going to be spent every single day. Some days they'll spend $12, some days they'll spend $8. It's just kind of a daily budget, and it's going to level out over time. So that's one way to do it. The other way to do it is you can set an end date. So let's say you wanted to run it for, 7 days, right? So from May 10th to May 17th, and you wanted to, end it at midnight or whatever. So it's, ending on a clean 7 days. You could just do the next day. And basically you would set your lifetime budget to the number you want to spend total. So if I wanted to just do a perfect kind of, 7 days here, this is how I would do it just for the sake of the example. and making it easy to understand. So let's say I wanted to spend $50 on the campaign for 7 days. That means that, basically every day I'm going to spend around $7, and it won't go over this number, okay? So it would start running on May 11th, and then it would stop on May 18th, and then that would be how that works. So the one thing about just listed ads that I always tell agents and stuff like that is that just listed ads are great, right? Especially if you're setting it up yourself, you're kind of learning how it works. But really what you'll find is that you could leave some of these ads for months and months on end. And so even though it's cool to set up that ad and let it run for just 7 days, you'd be surprised how long these ads can work depending on how you set it up and how good the ad is. And so in terms of like efficiency, you want to be able to let an ad run as long as possible. So that's just my little caveat, having done this thousands and thousands of times, and I've spent $500,000 on ads, so I know a little bit about how this stuff works. So whenever you go for listings and nice properties, and especially if you use a lead form, your ad's pretty much going to be working day in and day out, and you're going to get really inexpensive leads, and you're going to be able to let that thing run. So that's just my little disclaimer here, is you could just do daily budget and do $5 a day, and then just check in on it, and you'll see that it's working in months and months on end. But obviously the caveat is that it's a listing, so if it gets sold or something like that, it's no longer available. But I usually just tell clients that if we do something like that, I would just say, if they reach out, just say, hey, this listing is no longer available, but we have properties that are similar. Would you like us to send you a list of those or something like that? So up to you guys. I'm more, like I said, systems driven. So if I want to set it up, I want to set it up once and let it run. So that's just me. So then what we're going to do is, I like to do people living in this location at all times, because, after working with real estate professionals the past 6 years, I've realized the most valuable lead is going to be a property owner. So wherever I can increase my chances of getting somebody that owns a property already that my clients can get in contact with, I'm going to do it, right? So now with our private clients, we only do seller leads. We don't do any buyer leads. We're pretty much, that's why I'm making this content, showing you guys how to do this stuff, because at this point anyone can do it. The seller lead stuff that we do does take a lot of brain power and strategy and ad budget, and there's different things you got to know how to do. But stuff like this, anyone can do. So people living in this location is what I'm going to do. And then this is kind of up to you, right? In terms of how you want to actually advertise this, right? Because you're going to have your own unique listing. But for this sake, I'm just going to put in the actual address of this property and basically just put a 15-mile radius around that property, okay? And if you want to, go bigger, all you got to do is just drag this, little scroll bar, and then you can make it a larger radius, or you can just type it in here. If you want to go 50, you can go 50. So that's how you kind of mess with that feature. So for the sake of this, just going to do 15 miles and people living in this location. Now what we can do is we can go and adjust the detailed targeting. So now what we can do is choose interests that are, you guys probably know at this point, or if you've never ran an ad before, you're just going to type in Zillow. You can type in Trulia, real estate, property finder, for sale by owner, real estate investing, investment, anything kind of related to real estate is going to, find these potential people. The real way that you can actually get a quality lead and you can actually, get the right person to inquire and kind of start that conversation with is probably going to be less likely, to be created at this level, like the interest level, and more like the amount of questions they have to fill out when they fill out the lead form, or, you know, we use surveys with our private clients and stuff like that. And so, you know, that's really where you're going to be able to get that type of a lead, not just by typing Zillow or anything like that. So I always teach that you should just use one interest, and then you know, you can duplicate this ad set, which I would show you how to do, and then test Zillow versus Trulia, right? That way you know, oh, okay, Zillow is getting me a more expensive lead, but the lead's better, etc., etc. That way you have like a clear way to kind of see what's actually working, right? So I would just choose one interest. That's just my way of doing it, but you can totally batch them all together. You're just not going to necessarily know, you know, what specific interest somebody came from, right? So just going to click Zillow for this example. And then for the placements, I'm going to leave automatic placements. So the reason I'm going to do that is that's just the most simple way to get the ad out there, let Facebook have some breathing room to show the ad where it needs to be shown, and, you know, kind of let the algorithm and the computer show it where it needs to be shown, and not try to, you know, guess. When we run ads for our clients and we do, you know, different types of strategies, you know, we do manual placements and we do different types of, you know, strategies to maximize ad spend. But if you're doing anywhere from $5 a day or $10 a day, and you're looking for just a simple system to implement and kind of let it run, I wouldn't overthink this. Just leave it at automatic. So before I go to the next stage, what I always do is I correct this ad set so we can actually see what we did here. So changing this alone won't do anything on the actual ad, but it just is a way for us to label what we did here. So by the way, I don't know how it went to 350 again, but just make sure that you double check that in case it went up on your end too. So what I'm going to do here is just go to the interest. So we chose Zillow, so I just like to copy that directly so I don't have to, you know, type it. So I just paste that here. And then for city, state, right, this is basically just where is the ad being shown, and then how big of a radius is around that ad. So we're just going to do Irvine, CA, and then we're just going to do 15-mile radius. And so if that was a 20-mile radius, I would type in 20-mile radius. But for now, we're just targeting Irvine, California, 15-mile radius. And then the ad angle is going to be the actual listing. So I would just call this 34 grassland. And then, yeah, that's it. And then for placements, we're just going to do automatic placements. And now we can see at the ad level, or the ad set level, cool, targeting Zillow. This is where we're targeting. This is what ad is inside of this ad set, and that's where it's being placed. Perfect, right? So now we're going to click next and move on to the next step. So I'm just going to remove this here so it's a blank slate, and then I'm going to use my just listed template and copy and paste it right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and paste that here. And if you want this template, just comment below and I can get it to you. That way you can just copy and paste it as well. So then what I'm going to do is just adjust this. So just listed in Irvine, and then I'm going to, you know, make this accurate to the listing. So it was 6 bedrooms, 6.5 baths, $46.89. So 6 bedrooms, 6.5 baths, and then what was it, $64.89 or $46.89? $46.89. And then short description. Okay, so if this isn't your listing, make sure that the listing agent is okay with you copying their description here. If not, then you can write your own. And if it's your own listing, obviously you don't need to ask permission from anyone. So what I would do is just probably copy, this first few lines here, see how it looks on the ad, see if it makes sense. But yeah, spectacular single house, faces the Jeffrey Open Space Trail, corner lot, one of the best located houses in Woodbury. This fabulous balcony plan, 2-home features 6 bedrooms, 6 bath, including upgrade casita from 3rd garage by the builder, plus loft and a bonus room. Perfect, right? Simple ad. This is going to work really, really well. Like I said, anytime you do a listing ad, anytime you show a property, it's going to always pretty much work unless you totally don't know what you're doing and you don't put the right image. If the property doesn't look good. So this is going to work. So now what I'm going to do is go to the template and take on this headline here. So all I'm going to do is, oops, sorry, there's my cat. So what I'm going to do is just copy this headline here, and I'm just going to paste it right here. So all I got to do is come here, and then this is Claremont, so this is near where I'm from. That was just a template, but I'm just going to put Irvine. Then I'm going to put 6 beds, 6.5 baths. And there's pretty much the base of the ad. We got the text, we got the headline, and the description, which is optional. For this case, you don't really need to put anything. You could just take this first line here and paste it here. Boom. Now you probably are wondering where the ad is. All we got to do now is add the media. So we're going to add the image, go to upload, and then we're going to choose these images in order. So there's image number 1. So here's the first way that we can run the ad, okay? So the first way is we could just use one image, which is perfect. And then if you do one image, you just want to make sure all these are formatted correctly. So just make sure that looks good. And you'll notice that sometimes it'll auto correct it like that. We want to make sure you can see the full frame of the house. Sometimes a 1x1 does work well. It just depends on the actual photo that you get of the house. In this case, I would probably use the original, and I wouldn't think too much of it. Just make sure you can see the full house. That's all I would say. So there's the ad. It's already set up. And basically, now we have another option. So this is how you could do the ad if you wanted to just do one image, which, like I said, it works. You don't need to add more images. There's not really a benefit of it, more than just the fact that like people would see more of the house if you add more, and people would kind of be able to see more of the house, and then your ad may look better, right? Like you may be more proud of your ad because you could see the pictures of the house, right? But for the sake of like actually the function of getting leads, this is totally good right here. We're not done with the lead form and all that, but the ad and the image is fine. If you do want to add another image or the other images that I mentioned, you can do carousel. And the reason I don't do these myself is just because now you have to write a headline for each of the images, and it just kind of becomes more work, but I want to show you guys how to do it. So click continue here, and I'm just going to skip the headline part and just kind of show you how to add the images in. So we would just choose this image, and then now we have 2 images, and then you could just do a 3rd image here. And then lastly, just that 4th image. And just add media, add image, and then just click here, select the image, and then you're just going to upload that last image, okay? So I like to keep it simple. The more images you start adding, there's so many, things on Facebook that you're pretty much just looking for people that are interested and engaged. We're going to do some retargeting stuff anyway. So, I don't, like I said, do all these carousel things. I just find it to be more efficient to just do one. But that's how the carousel would look. All right. And if you're proud of it, then do it that way. That's totally fine. So just for the sake of, not having to adjust the headlines, I'm just going to go back to single image, leave it at that. Okay. So now I got to repaste the headline just because it takes it away if you kind of toggle between the 2 settings. So Just going to do new listing in Irvine, and then 6 beds, and then 6.5 baths, and there it is. Okay, and I think I just pasted this or copied this, put it there, and there we go. And then for the call to action, you just put learn more. And then for the instant form, we're going to create this right now together. So the instant form is basically this form that auto-populates inside of Facebook, and there's no need to load a landing page or anything like that. So it's pretty cool, especially if you're just wanting to get a system up and running and get leads fast, get conversations rolling in. You don't want to have to be building landing pages and surveys and pixels and all kinds of stuff like that. So I'm just going to name the form the name of the property, so 34 Grassland. I'm going to just select more volume, and then for the intro, I'm going to use the image from our ad. So if we had multiple images, it would use, like if we had multiple images in this ad set, it's just going to pull whichever one is active in this specific instant. So we're going to choose use the image for your ad. And then for the headline, which is in the greeting section, we're just going to choose this headline, which is basically just the headline from the ad. And we got to just make that adjustment. So new listing in Irvine. And then we're going to do 6 beds, 6.5 baths. And then the details are just going to be this short description. So I'm just going to come back here again. And I think I went to right there, and I'm just going to paste that here. Boom. And there's the actual description. So now we're just going to go to questions. So when they click the ad, they're going to be able to see this. They're going to see my face. They're going to see this. And then they're going to see questions. So questions is now where we can collect their information. So the first thing that I like to do is I just like to rearrange it. So we're just going to put in basically the same thing we have here. So we're going to paste it here. I think I'm just going to change it to this. So we're going to do enter your information below to get full listing details, pricing, and book your private tour today. Okay, and I'll show you how we set that part of it up. So now what we're going to do is just click add category for user information, first name, last name. This is just easier for most CRMs, and if you ever export these leads, if you have a full name, some CRMs aren't compatible with it, and just easier to have them separate. So first name, last name, email, phone number, and boom, just like that. Now we've got a nice little process that these leads go through. And now what we're going to do for our privacy policy is click on the link. So for the link, you're just going to go to your brokerage website. So if you're at Century 21, just go to Century 21 here, go down and go to privacy policy and just click copy and then just paste it right there. So if you have your own website, you should have your own privacy policy. So you're just going to copy that in and you're done. Now for the completion, it says, this is what, after they've submitted that information, it says, thanks, you're all set. You can visit our website or exit the form now. So we told them that we were going to give them the details of the property and they could book their own tour, right? So if you have your own website, you can obviously just send them there, right? I'm going to show you a few different ways to do this, but you can send them here, right? We definitely want to give them the information of the property. So send them to your website is definitely one option. So you can just put the link here and just say, thanks, you're all set. And then I just like to re-emphasize, what we already advertised. That way everything's congruent. So I would just put that there. So click the button below and, there it is. So we would just click publish. And now we have the live, ad basically, right? We have to publish the ad, but that's pretty much everything that goes into it. We have the photo, we have the targeting, we have everything hooked up. And now we basically need to launch the ad. And then we need to do some automated SMS and text so that the lead gets contacted, and also, you need to get this lead, right? So if you use a Facebook lead form, what ends up happening is that, you're going to have to manually download these leads in Facebook, and, every single, day you're going to have to be going in here, downloading the leads, uploading them to like a spreadsheet or a CRM or something like that. And it's just not efficient, especially if 10, 20 leads start coming in per week. You're downloading multiple files and stuff like that. And I've had issues where, clients' leads would not like go to their CRM. And so I've had to do that where we're checking every few hours and we're like downloading these leads. And now we've built our own CRM basically, so we don't ever have that problem, which is what I'm going to show you. But yeah, you definitely need to, hook this up somewhere to start generating leads, right? And get those leads notified. And then you want to be able to text those leads and kind of follow up with them immediately. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to show you exactly how to retarget. How do we retarget these people? And then I'm going to show you how to link all this stuff up to the, to the CRM. And the reason I'm doing that is because we scheduled this ad per se, right, to go out tomorrow, or basically in like, 12, 13 hours. So if I did publish it, right, it wouldn't be live now. So I don't have to worry about setting up the CRM yet now, because it's going to go live later. So what we do to retarget is we're going to go to all tools, and then we go to audiences. And then what we're going to do is go to create audience and click custom audience and click lead form. Then we're going to click next, and then we're going to click on your page. So this is going to be my page. This is the page you use for the ad. And then we're going to do people who opened but didn't submit the form. And then we're going to do 34 grassland. So we're choosing that exact form. And the maximum you can go back is 90 days. If you go 91, it's not going to let you do it. So you're going to use 90 days, and then you're just going to copy this exact description here, paste it there, and then type in 90 days. And then I like to just label 34 grassland. So I'm out of text here, but I would just probably remove this and then just say 34 grassland. That way you guys can see how easy it is to do this retargeting, and basically make sure you guys can see it live in action on this exact one. So there's our cold traffic campaign. So this is finding people that are interested in Zillow, in Irvine, and the ad inside of this specific campaign is this image here, and this would be scheduled to go live at midnight basically tomorrow, right? So now we need to do the retargeting, and then we're going to set up everything into the CRM. So now we're going to click duplicate. We're going to click duplicate here, and we're only going to change one thing to keep it simple. So we're just going to type warm traffic since they've engaged. We're going to delete the copy part, and then we're just going to go right here to the ad set of this new campaign, and you can tell it's the new one because it's under here, right? So just make sure everything looks good, make sure this stuff's off. Then we're going to click here. And now what we're going to do is change Zillow to, we're going to paste that exact thing that we have on our clipboard. So people who opened but didn't submit form. And then 90 days. And then basically that tells us that we're retargeting people that opened but didn't submit the form. And everything else stays the exact same. And then all you got to do is go down here, and you would match your budget up. So make sure that you're considering both budgets. So if you do $50 here and $50 here, that's going to be $100 over the course of 7 days. And keep in mind, this doesn't have to be this particular way, and you can use this strategy for anything. It can be a strategy where, it's not a listing, it's just something that's evergreen, where it's always running. So, you're not fixed to doing it this specific way. So now what you're going to do is you're going to delete the Zillow, because we don't want to target people that are interested in Zillow. We want to target people that opened but didn't submit the form for 34 grassland, right? And now automatically we can literally just publish it because everything else is the same. So automatically what begins to happen is you have these two different strategies, or these two different campaigns, excuse me, and I can kind of visually show you how this works right here. So basically we have our cold traffic campaign, we have our Zillow audience, we have our one ad here, but this could be multiple ads, and then basically people that open but didn't submit that form go into a condition, which would be if that applies to them, they go into this warm traffic campaign. And we're not doing this specific watch at 25%. That's a video strategy we do. But basically, we're just targeting these same people right here. And then they're getting, redirected to the same form. That way, we're maximizing our ad spend. So really, really powerful strategy and super simple, especially if you use lead forms. So this would be how this strategy looks kind of live in action, just so you guys can see it. This is a client we're working with that is not necessarily looking for buyers or sellers, just a different project that we're doing, but you can kind of see how this thing works. So we've got our cold traffic, so we're getting leads at $96, which is, cold, right? So these people don't know this person. And then we have all of our retargeting, which you can see is, significantly cheaper because they've engaged in some way, right? So now we've got basically an average lead cost of $44, which is great for this particular client and this particular industry, okay? So now I'm just going to go back to the New Breed Agent 4 demo account, and you can see this is, what we have. So now the next step is, okay, we have this cold campaign, we have this retargeting campaign. How do I link it to, how do I get notified that I got a new lead, and how do I text that lead and kind of follow up with that lead to make sure that I'm staying in contact with them, and how do I do it automatically? So this is where our CRM comes in. So crm.newbreedagent.com. You can only get access through at this point, it's a private access channel, so it's not like you can just, go to the website. I'm pretty sure it would just take you to a login page. So this is what we do is basically we have our little tester account. So I call it the sandbox. So this is what developers, use for things that they're testing pretty much. So we have our CRM here. And I'm going to demonstrate how easy it is to actually set this up to your Facebook account and the system that we just set up. So all we got to do is go to settings here and then go to integrations. So our CRM integrates with Google, with Facebook and Instagram, QuickBooks. This isn't really relevant, neither is Shopify or Stripe for you unless you have some online products, but we integrate with Facebook and Instagram and directly with Facebook form fields. So this is literally already connected, and it's just a one-click process. You can see if I want to disconnect it, I'll show you how easy it is to connect it from scratch and literally plug and play the system that we just built together. So I'm going to come here and basically just click connect. And I'm going to close these just because I don't need these right now. And then I'm going to just click continue as Quinn Nolan. And then I'm going to select the page. So the page is going to be Quinn Nolan. And then I'm going to click connect Facebook and Instagram. And literally now all those leads that come through here would automatically go to the CRM. It's that simple. And all I'm going to do is refresh just to show you that it's now connected. And I'm actually going to do a live demonstration showing that lead come into this system. So it's connected. Our system even, pulls your Facebook messages and your Instagram messages if you want to from the business page. So you have like this omni-channel messaging communication where you can see the text, you can see the email, you can see the Facebook message, the Instagram message thread with one person all in one place. So now that this page is connected, all I got to do is go to Facebook form fields mapping. And now it's going to pull all these forms that we have built in there, and there's 34 Grassland. So all I got to do is click map fields, first name, last name, email, phone number, save, done. Now this thing's fully integrated just like that. So what I'm going to do now is show you how we can build some automation, and then I'm going to demonstrate, that lead coming into the CRM and what the process would look like. So we're just going to click automation and click create new workflow, and then just click start from scratch, create new workflow. All I got to do is add new trigger. So this is going to be Facebook form submitted, and all I got to do is click Facebook and then Facebook lead form, and then I just choose the form right here, 34 Grassland. Boom. So now we've created our trigger, so this is what starts the process. Then all I got to do is click SMS. So SMS, and then it's going to send that a text to that lead. So I can say, hey, custom values, so that'll pull their name. Hey, Quinn, here's the full property details of the listing that you requested, right? And then all I got to do is just go to that listing again. So this could be your website, right? Boom. So then I just click save action. I'm just going to simplify it here and just click save. And then I'm going to name this 34 Grassland demo. So just like that, your system is now going to, literally pull that lead, send that lead a text, and you can do email as well. And with, our templates and our clients and, the stuff we've built, we already have all this stuff built out, campaigns, all kinds of stuff, so you don't have to do this. But I want to show you how easy it is to literally just go build a SMS campaign, where most CRMs, you don't even know where it is, how to do it, how to connect stuff. So, our system makes it really, really easy. So just there's that SMS that goes out. And then I could also create an internal notification, right, within our mobile app and within email or text to the person that gets assigned to that lead. So let's say, you're the agent, right, and you are the user on this account. So this internal notification would go to you, and it could say new lead, and then it would pull in their information. So, first name, last name, oops. So it would pull first name, last name, and then you can do email and then phone number. So then you would immediately get notified, hey, I just got this lead, and now you don't have to worry about going and downloading anything. And so let me just show you how this works, because it's almost too easy. It seems like, how did that connect everything, and how is that working? So we're going to delete this here, so there's no leads here, so you can see everything in action. And now what I'm going to do is go to this tool called Facebook Lead Ad Tool. And this is basically just a way to test your form without, running the ad and getting it live. So there you can see it pulls my page, it pulls the form, and then now we have a preview of the form. So this is what the lead would see after they saw the actual ad, okay? And I'm going to refresh this software here. That way you can see that there is no leads in the system now, okay? So just to make sure, we got our automation, 34 Grassland demo. It's turned on. Okay, our lead form submitted is this form, and they get a text. Okay, cool. So everything is good. So what I'm going to do is just go to the contacts tab, show you how fast this ports the lead into the CRM. It usually takes around 6 to 8 seconds. So what I'm going to do is just submit the form as a test lead. So I just put in my number. That way I can actually respond to the message. So this is what the lead would be doing. Click next, click submit, and there it is. So 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000, 6 1,000. Boom. Lead is already in the system, and the text already went out. So now you can see the first name, last name, email, phone number. It shows the source. It pulls that automatically, and we can assign more campaigns so we can build out more automations. And look, it just texted me, hey Quinn, here's the full details of the listing that you requested. And as a lead, I can respond back and see it, have a two-way text thread between me and this agent, right? And so when you have something like this fully set up, this is how you actually can really, really grow your business, because number one, you have an automated system. You're not relying on a human to prospect or find new people. You're trusting, computers that work 24/7, 365, and they're way more consistent than us. So that thing's always looking for new leads. Then you're using Facebook lead forms, which Facebook loves. So now you're not, having to worry about making landing pages or making, building any sort of funnels and stuff like that, and connecting domains and doing all that. So your ads are pretty much set it and forget it. And then these leads are coming into the system. Now you have automated, text messages and emails going out. That way you can actually follow up with those leads, get them on an appointment, and actually turn them into profit. And, you can see, like, here's one of the demo, filtration systems that I've set up within this system. So we have all this. We give this stuff to our clients at New Breed Agent. So you can see, like, let's say somebody fills out a survey, right, which we have all this stuff built out. And let's say they're, that a client is like, I only want, leads that make over 150 grand and their price point is 2 million. Well, you can set all this stuff up super, super easy, and we have all this stuff templated. So, if you want to add a condition, right, where it's like, okay, well, if they make 150 and, their price point is 2 million a year, then I want to get notified, and then I want to add them to a pipeline, and then I want to get notified again via email or whatever. And if they don't fit this criteria, let's add them to a different pipeline of unqualified. Let's add this one to, a real pipeline, and then add it to a task. And we could say, send this to credit repair specialist, or give this to team member. We could assign it to a different team member, based on maybe they're a newer agent and you want, these super high quality, serious leads. And if they don't match this criteria, you want to send it to your other team member, right? This is just the beginning of stuff that we have. And this is my demo account. So I have all kinds of funnels in here, but you could see it's really, really cool, because if you want this funnel, right, and you're a member of our CRM in our account, guess what? All we have to do is, let's say you're a member, like you can see one of our members, the Denver experts. So all I got to do is go back here, and let's say they wanted this funnel. They're like, dude, I want this new funnel. Or let's say I built the funnel right now. Like, here's a perfect example. Let's go to our template library, and I'm going to build the funnel right here with you. So let's just do a real estate template that we already have built out, and we'll just do let's just do a seller's guide. Okay, so I'm building this live with you right now. Okay, so all I'm gonna do is just click I agree, this is a free template, and I'm gonna show you how I can literally build a funnel in seconds, which is already built right now. And then I'm gonna show you how I can give it to you as a client of ours instantly. So I just built this right now. You saw that, right? So let's just say I want to edit this page. I want to make it look better. I'll do some simple things, okay? So we can just, let's see. So I'll go to sections here, manage these sections. So I like to eliminate first. So let's just remove all these extra sections and just make it one simple section, okay? Boom. So now we have this main section here, and then we just have this like this. I'm actually going to start it from scratch because I don't like that template. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to go one column. I'm going to just do a simple headline, and I'm just going to say, get full details, right? And then I'm just going to put this little plus here and then just say, I can use my template here. So I'm going to show you how quick this stuff is. So just boom, click the button below, boom. So click the button below. So I'm going to just say fill out the form below, boom. And then all I'm going to do is go to this background here and I'm just going to paste that image of the property that we just created the ad for. I almost stopped the recording there. Boom. So just like that, it looks, decent. The picture's a little bit pixelated. I think if I choose a different photo, it may look better. That's just the nature of how it usually looks when you have it across the full page. And you could do I would do a heavy fade here, and then I would make it black. And then maybe I would go half or maybe light. Yeah, that way you can see the form. And then all I'm going to do is literally just shrink this in. So it's super easy. And keep in mind, you guys don't have to do all this. We just give this stuff out. Okay, so I'm just showing you how easy it is. Look, boom, get full details. And then what I'm probably going to do is just put this background here. So I'm just going to put a black right there, and then I'm just going to change this text to white. So boom, white, make it bold, boom, do that, and then the same thing here. And check this out, look at that, boom, fill out the form below to get more pictures, full listing details, pricing, and book your private tour today. All I got to do is click the plus, and then I put a little form right here. And look how easy it is to make a form. You just go here, drag and drop. Look. Come here. It's going to load the form builder. I already have them, but I'm going to show you again. Just look. So first name, last name, email, phone number. Boom. Save the form. And just like that, if I go back to our funnel, this one that I literally just made within, 5 minutes or something like that. I just click edit page. Oh, it's right here still. So I just go here and then click on form 5 and look at that. Boom. Just like that, that's a live website. Just like that. Get full details. Fill out the form below to get more pictures, full listing details, pricing, and book your private tour today. And we can, make this look better and do all kinds of stuff. I've built, way nicer funnels. I'm just showing you kind of the demonstration purposes, right? And so the reason that I show this is right now it's already mobile optimized. Everything's good. And then the other thing is this. Guess what? If we come here and we go to our this funnel that I just built, and I want to give it to you as a client, we'll just clone it. Oh, what location do I want to add? Denver experts. Okay, cool. Clone the funnel. And then look, you guys would have just got that funnel instantly, a few seconds. Oh, shoot, what? I just got a new funnel. Boom. And you just need to make the form. I can even share the form with you. Check that out. So the form's a separate part, right? But if I go here to forms and I go to the one I just made, so form 5, guess what? I can go copy and I want to put it to Denver experts. Boom. I just gave you a full form. So you don't have to make those fields. You don't have to make those anything. And now you just go to Denver again. And then I can go to the forms. Oh, well, look, there it is. So now when I go to the funnels, if I click on this, it's literally going to pull that form. Automatically, it's going to pull that funnel, and it even has a chat widget. So watch. It's taking a second here. It's probably porting it over. All right, let's see. There it is. So then we go here. Then we go to the edit. So now where it's going to say there was no form, all you got to do is click this. Oh, boom, I want this form. There's the exact same funnel, just like that. And so now, you know, you took something that you would have had to build or you wouldn't know how to hook everything up. Now you got forms, right? So now let's go a little bit deeper, and I'm going to show you how you can add like a chat widget to this actual website. So if we go to Seller's Guide, and you go here, we go to chat widget, and then look, all I got to do is click get code. So copy this. Literally, this stuff's copy paste now. When I first started, you had to learn how to actually do this. Now click settings, paste it right here, enable the chat widget, and check this out. Now you just took, you know, this live website, and look, now you have a funnel with a chat widget where I can text what is the price of this property, and click send. And look, if I go back to our CRM, you're going to see that same thread from, you know, me, because that's the same information that put in their information on the lead form. So this is just the beginning of what you can do with our system. If you're interested in the templates or just want to learn more about how to get involved with this system, you can comment below. I hope today was valuable. I hope I showed you how to create an awesome listing ad and do some valuable stuff for your real estate business. So please leave a like, please comment if, like I said, you're interested in learning more about this and how we can help you grow your real estate business. And I will see you in the next video, and I will talk to you then. Bye-bye.